I love the Nintendo eShop. Sure, there's definitely a lot of detritus, but if you put on your waders, you can muck through the mire and find some absolutely fantastic gaming experiences. Hi everyone, Jay here from Square Pegs. In today's 9th installment of eShop Excellence, we'll be looking at 5 more spectacular games that you can add to your digital collection, and none of them are going to cost you over 25 bucks. And hey, if you enjoy any of the games listed, I've got 8 more of these videos saved in a playlist described in the card up in the corner right now, as well as in the pinned comment down below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so to keep up to date with what we're doing, and that is 2 videos a week covering modern consoles and retro excellence. Let's kick things off with a gorgeous pixel art brawler from Blitworks, Fight and Rage. One of the things I truly appreciate about the Nintendo Switch is the ability to take a game like Fight and Rage, a 1990s beat-em-up arcade experience like no other on the console, and put it in the palm of your hand and have it work flawlessly. And this game does that to no end. Fight and Rage has everything you could possibly want from a 1990s style arcade brawler. There's multiple characters to choose from right off the bat, with a ton of different costumes to choose for each one. And then there's all the unlockables on top of that. Not only are there different costumes that you can unlock for any of the 3 main fighters, there's like a million characters you can unlock as additional characters to fight with. It's pretty great. The game is difficult, but not in a way that makes you want to stop playing it. It's one of those challenging games that makes you want to pick it up and go back to it all the time. Like a classic arcade brawler like Final Fight or Streets of Rage. The music in the game as well is unbelievable. It is absolutely spectacular. But one of the things I really enjoy and really appreciate about this the most is the design aesthetic for the game. Not only is this just a love letter to the 1990s, the actual character designs and the on-screen effects like the CRT filters and scanlines make this just feel like a classic arcade game. One of the other things I really dig about this as well is the combat mechanics. There's all kinds of different special combos you can perform, as well as a really cool parry system that allows you to actually take control of the fight a little bit more than you would in other games. There's local co-op with up to 3 players, with optional friendly fire if you so choose, and a versus mode with 1v1 battles against another player or the CPU. There's also all kinds of different challenges and unlockable modes in the game as well. There's just so much going on in this title. Honestly, I've loved every second I've had playing Fight and Rage, and it is an absolute steal at $19.99. Next up, we have what I think might be our first sports title featured in an eShop Excellence, and that's OlliOlli Switch Stands from Roll 7. This is a magnificent alternative to the Tony Hawk games. It gives you the kind of challenge that's addictive. You want to fulfill every single challenge on every level. And one of the best things about this game is it isn't just the first OlliOlli. This also gives you OlliOlli 2, Welcome to Olliwood. It has a deceptively complex trick mechanic involved as well. Everything looks really simple, right? Like you just press different directions on the control stick or perform different kind of like Hadouken actions from Street Fighter on the control stick, and you just gotta time your landing. But that's where the challenge comes into play, because the game doesn't have just a flat surface where you need to do a kickflip. Oh no, there's ramps and all kinds of launching points where you're gonna be going over the craziest obstacles you've ever seen and having to grind on rails, over stairs, and land big jumps in time to make sure you don't mess up. One of the things I really appreciate about this game is while it is definitely a sports game, it's almost a rhythm game without a beat. Like you have to get into the feel of the game, you have to get into the flow of it, and then the game becomes just kind of perfect. Like it unlocks in your mind. With over 500 challenges and 100 levels to choose from, the game is endlessly gifting you opportunities to keep playing and keep coming back to the world of OlliOlli. At $14.99, OlliOlli Switch Stance is an absolute bargain. I've been looking for a game like Savage Halloween for a while. I dig Contra. It's not my favorite series, but I appreciate it, so I wanted something kind of in that vein, and Savage Halloween gives me that in spades. First off, the game is just bizarre. The entire premise of the game is basically every year at Halloween, all the monsters in the world are invited to a 24-hour Halloween rave. But no one comes home after this one, and a vampire uses a spell to block the passage back to the afterlife because the party just cannot stop. And that's where your characters come in. You get to play as James, a pumpkin-headed farmer, Lulu, who is a werewolf who is not sure if he was a man who dreamed he was a dog or a dog who dreamed he was a man, and Dominica, the daughter of the partying Dark Lord, a geek from the depths who wants to come home to see her favorite series. The game is fantastic. It is a run-and-gun shooter with classic mechanics, allowing you to shoot in 8 different directions with local multiplayer and 3 different characters with individual characteristics. There's a ton of weapons to gather and use in the game, as well as just rich, detailed pixel art environments Savage Halloween is honestly probably the biggest bargain I've ever had on an eShop Excellence. At $5, I don't understand how Second Boss isn't charging more. This game is deep, difficult, effective, and fun. Definitely worth checking out. If you want something that's a little bit different than what's normally released in the eShop, Savage Halloween is aces. I will freely admit to you that Space Otter Charlie from Wayward Distractions is on this list because I like otters. I have no problem admitting that. I think otters are amazing. And one of the things I really like about this game is that you can learn otter facts on each loading screen. Yeah, each loading screen will teach you about otters. And okay, so look, all right, getting past the otter thing, one of the things I truly appreciate about Space Otter Charlie is that this is a zero-gravity puzzle platformer. This isn't like anything I've ever really played before. The game is a puzzle platformer on an entirely new level. Everything floats around, so you're able to use it to block views of different turrets so you're not getting shot. You can blow up things that are in your way. You can shoot out holes in walls in certain places to go through to different parts of the spaceships that you're exploring. It's amazing. You really need to think out of the way in this one. You can't just look at this normally and go, yeah, no, that's what I need to do. Because there's definitely a different way to go about every single level and every single thing you do. While the otters are great, don't get me wrong, the thing that's going to keep you coming back is all the different gears that you can collect and upgrade throughout the game, making Charlie even more powerful and even more capable to explore different places. Plus, there's all kinds of different cosmetic spacesuits you can find, allowing you to dress up as a foam shark if you so choose. It's fun. The game is charming and sweet and just earnest in its love of otters. Look, it's great. And it's a really recent release. Like, this just came out last month, and it's something that I've had an absolute ton of fun playing. $14.99 out the door. Space Otter Charlie is really fun. This one came out of left field for me. Stubbs the Zombie and Rebel Without a Pulse was a game that I used to rent regularly from a thing we called the IRC back when I worked at EA. We had a ton of games available for people to check out. They wanted us to keep up to date with the industry, and Stubbs the Zombie was something that just charmed me to no end. And I'm so happy that it got a re-release and a remaster recently from Aspyr. I love this game. It is, okay, it shows its age. Like, it definitely feels like a game from the early 2000s. There's definitely some questionable physics at play, like you're going to see things flying all over the place, and there's some little clunky combat mechanics involved, but the game itself is a lot of fun. The entire idea is that you're playing as Stubbs, and you're going to the city of Punch Bowl, Pennsylvania in 1959, and you need to eat some brains. That's the game. You're going around, and you're just trying to take everybody over. You chomp down on their heads, you replenish your zombie army, and you go about things with your ungodly flatulence that can just wipe out the entire population. The game is ridiculous. The game is stupid, but it's just something that I absolutely loved. Aspyr bringing this up to modern consoles just makes me so happy. And for $19.99, this is a steal, because finding this physical for the original Xbox now is absolute murder and is something that is going to cost you an arm and a leg, which Stubbs would probably use to beat you to death with. Alright, there you have it, my friends. Some truly excellent games that you can pick up today and have a lot of fun with. Links to each game's page on the eShop website will be listed in the description below. And remember, if you are signed into your My Nintendo account, you can add these games to your wish list or make a purchase for the game from your browser. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what your favorite is from today's video, and suggest any other eShop classics you think I should check out. I'm always looking for new games, and be sure to reach out on social media and let me know what you think as well. You can find me on Twitter at YTSquarePegs, on Instagram at SquarePegsYT, and on Facebook at facebook.com/SquarePegsYT. If you enjoy what you saw today, please be sure to like the video down below. Lets me know you enjoy the content I'm working on, and I can keep delivering the things that you like. And if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, and while you're there, ring the notification bell to stay up to date with everything we've got going on. And if you are in the position to help the channel grow like the fine folks listed right now, please do consider supporting the channel on Patreon at patreon.com/squarepegs, or consider picking up some of our merchandise at tpublic.com/user/square-pegs. Until next time, I've been Jay. I appreciate you being here and spending a little bit of time with me as we wind our way through an ongoing eShop adventure. Remember, games should be fun, so be sure to play more of them, stay square, and take care. I'll talk with you soon.